Hello, welcome to Lincoln State Park. We've got 1,747 acres of recreation land here. Most of it's forested. We have 10 miles worth of trails that folks can bring their families out and walk the trails. We've got 2 lakes, both full of fish, and we've got all kinds of history in here. And you can come in and learn about Abraham Lincoln and the Civil Conservation Corps. There's a lot of things to learn about when you come to Lincoln State Park. We're on top of the fire tower in Lincoln State Park right now. We're looking north over the lake. We can see a little bit of the national park, and you can almost see the flag in the distance. Lincoln State Park is 1,747 acres. It was purchased in 1932 as a memorial to Abraham Lincoln's mother, Nancy Hanks Lincoln. The lake is 58 acres. It was built by the Civil Conservation Corps in 1933 and 1934. The original dam structure broke, and it had to be rebuilt in the 1940s. The original lake was 35 acres. Now Lake Lincoln is 58 acres. The national park was made in 1962 from purchasing 200 acres of the original state park property. We're observing the coloration of the leaves and the leaf change this year, but you can also notice that there are many pine trees in the park, and those pine trees were also planted by the Civil Conservation Corps. There's the National Park flag, which is about 1.5 miles from the fire tower and on the highest hill in the area. The fire tower is on the highest hill, and the flag is on a hill almost as high as the fire tower hill, but not quite. The fire tower can be found in the Lincoln State Park area by following Trail 1, and off Trail 1 you'd find a sign that says the fire tower. It's a pretty long hike, but you can get up to the top if you go the 106 steps all the way to the top. If you want to make that trip, come prepared, because you'll get winded by the time you get to the top. Sometimes when you're in the fire tower, you can see turkey vultures. They get so close to the fire tower sometimes you can look them right in the eye. Turkey vulture is our largest scavenger, and sometimes they roost on top of the fire tower. Many times in the wintertime you can come to the state park and see up to 300 birds flying around at one time, overwintering basically in the state park. Lincoln State Park has many species of snakes. Most of the snakes are non-venomous. This one here we're looking at is the eastern hognose. Some people might know this as the spreading viper. One of the things the hognose does when it's threatened is it spreads itself out and tries to get itself almost like a cobra. He's spread out right now. To try to make himself look larger and more threatening. When he's really angry, he will stand up straight and really spread his neck out. Similar to what he's doing right now. The hognose snake nose is turned up, very similar to a hog or a pig. That's why he's called the hognose. But this little behavior he's doing right now by spreading his neck is why they call him the spreading viper. The eastern hognose has another defense mechanism. If he spreads his neck out and tries to scare you away and you don't go, he rolls over dead and turns his body white and spits his tongue out and tries to smell really bad and try to act like he's dead. And if that doesn't work, he's usually a meal for something like a hawk or a raccoon or an owl or something like that. Eastern hognose snakes are not at all dangerous to human beings. They have no venom, and I've never seen one actually open its mouth to bite someone. Sometimes they fake a bite or fake a strike, but never have I seen one actually open its mouth to strike anyone. The main food source for an eastern hognose snake are toads. Fowler toads or American toads, the little hop toads you see hopping along. The hognose snake is not terribly common around here, but there are cases where you can find these. This specimen actually came from Gibson County, and I have found specimens along the side of the road in Spencer County, Warwick County, and Perry County. So they are around. But this is a snake that's not going to hurt you, and it also has a black phase. The most identifiable part about this snake is his hog nose, how it turns up there in the front. My name is Michael Cruz. I'm the interpretive naturalist here at Lincoln State Park and Colonel Jones Home, and right now I've got a black rat snake with me. This black rat snake's about 30 inches. He's maybe a little bit starting to get close to 3 feet long. But this is a black rat snake. Many people would call him a chicken snake. Completely harmless to human beings, but they will bite you. They will bite you, and they may draw blood, but they do not have venom. They do not have fangs. They are constrictors. Whenever they catch their prey, they bite them, hang on to them with their teeth, and squeeze them and squeeze the air out of them. And once they've squeezed them to death, then they will swallow their prey. These guys like to eat mice and rats, and a lot of people call them the chicken snake because they find them in their chicken houses. They'll eat their baby chicks. They'll eat fairly large chickens too as well, half-grown chickens. These snakes are actually good to have around unless you are a chicken farmer, because they do eat a lot of chickens. But they will also keep your grain bins clean of mice and rats and other types of rodents. The black rat snake is the largest snake in Indiana. The record size is 101 inches, which is about 8 feet 5 inches. But mostly you see them about 4.5 or 5 feet long. Sometimes they'll get to be 6 or 7 feet long around here, but it's very rare to find them as large as the world record. Most of these rat snakes will defend themselves. So if you try to come up on them quickly and roughly, they will try to strike. Black rat snakes are very interesting in the fact that they climb trees, and they're very good climbers. They can go almost straight up a tree, be perpendicular to the ground, climb all the way up a tree, and get into a nest of baby birds and have their way with them. They'll eat the birds and the eggs. Black rat snakes have been found in trees with squirrels. They'll eat squirrels. Again, he's tasting the air with his tongue, and that's how he smells. This black rat snake is different from the other two black snakes we'd find in Spencer, DuBois, and Pike County, in that it's got a flat belly. Its bottom is flat, and its body shaped more like a loaf of bread than like a cylinder or like a garden hose. That flat bottom helps it climb trees. The other two black snakes in the area would be the black king snake or the black racer. Similar type animals, eat similar prey, but the black king snake is one that feeds on other snakes. This black rat snake has a black and yellow pattern. That pattern is more pronounced the younger the animal is. The older the animals get, the darker they tend to get, but they still have that faint pattern. These are good snakes to have in your barn and in your garage and around the house, because they will take care of animals such as chipmunks, which may be burrowing around your house causing drainage problems. And again, I said the mice and the rodents. We're going to let this snake go today because it's the end of the season and he needs to go find a place to hibernate. And we'll put him back in the ground, or on the ground near his home range. You don't want to get reptiles out of their home range because they will forget where to go. They forget the water supplies, the food supplies, the hibernation spots. So you want to keep them close to their home range, if at all possible. So we're going to put him down and let him bask in the sun and go on with his life. Lots of folks find black snakes in their yard and they usually chop their heads off. But black snakes are very good to have around. Lots of times you find black racers in mole holes and they're eating the moles out of your yard. So if you don't like moles tearing up your yard, you may want to introduce a black rat snake or a black racer to your yard to control the moles.